Welcome to Marketing is Broken, the weekly series where we show you what's wrong with marketing and how to fix it. Let's go to the news. Spotify and Nielsen announced a partnership this week that promises to help advertisers track their branding efforts. So Spotify ads will now integrate with the Nielsen Digital Brand Effect platform, a brand lift service which promises to measure and optimize brand-specific metrics in real time. On the surface, giving advertisers that use Spotify the ability to see how effective their ads are increasing brand awareness, perception, and purchase intent sounds like a great idea. In fact, the largest advertisers on Google Ads and Facebook have been voicing their concerns to the platforms about issues like brand measurement and safety for nearly 2 years now, to the point where Adweek has called Procter & Gamble CMO Mark Pritchard the industry standard bearer for transparency. But what should we really be trying to accomplish with brand measurement? And is brand lift the best use of our money in this area? Well, you're in luck because brand lift just happens to be today's topic. Brand lift studies have been around since at least 2005, when a company named Visu bought up cheap display advertising inventory and started using the space to recruit people to take surveys about the ads that they saw. The goal was to create a parallel for how TV advertisers measured branding. And it worked. Visu was acquired by Nielsen in 2012 and turned into the Digital Brand Effect. And since then, this has been more or less the core approach for advertisers to understand how their branding efforts impact the thoughts and opinions of consumers for a product or category. Now, while I won't deny that brand lift studies provide some excellent insight into the effectiveness of specific campaigns, it feels like we're moving towards an overcorrection of brand lift. Consider this: Facebook, Google, and now Spotify have all rolled out brand lift tools within the last year. Do we all of a sudden have too much brand lift? Just like with anything else in life, except with nachos, of course, too much measurement can be a bad thing. More measurement means more cost, which means you need more insights to create a higher return in order to justify the investment in the first place, right? If Google, Facebook, Spotify, Visu, Nielsen, Ipsos, Cervata, and Shulaka's brand lift studies all are telling you the same thing, do you really need them all? And as proof that we have too many brand lift studies already, we're guessing you probably didn't even know that Shaluka isn't even a real brand lift study. Too much data can also lead to confusion and fights between departments when platform data doesn't add up. The first time a pie chart adds up to more than one in a C-suite, the CFO is going to declare data fake news, and you lose all the room and the credibility you had as a marketer. And lastly, measurement can be counterproductive when it's more about producing reports instead of producing the insights you need to identify a problem that your marketing can change, put that change into motion, and then measure where your brand stands again. Without that cycle, it's kind of, a waste to measure and measure and measure. So what brand lift principles should we have then if we want to make good use of our analytics effort, time, and money? First, if you're just getting into brand measurement, consider running a more comprehensive brand study with a panel of consumers rather than putting your money into brand lift right away. You can ask more questions to consumers, get broader opinions about what they think about the category as a whole. You can build personas that are backed by data. Heck, the sky's the limit when you start off with a more broad panel. You'll have a better opportunity to get the consumer insights you're really after to become the market leader in your category. Next, as far as how often to run, forget real time. Brands just don't change that often unless they're wrapped up in a scandal. And if that's the case, you probably want to use your brand lift budget for PR and reputation management instead of hitting the gas on your advertising. I mean, that makes sense, right? In reality, the biggest and fastest growing brands grow or decline at the rate that can be detected monthly or quarterly. Most brands could get away with taking quarterly, biannually, or even yearly snapshots of brand metrics. Anything more often than that, and most companies just can't move fast enough to shift the thoughts of an entire market to see any movement. It's just, you have to move at a slower pace. Lastly, as an industry, what's our purpose for studying brand lift? For years, it's been about looking at how advertising can affect a consumer's opinion about a brand. Peter Minium is the president of Ipsos Connect, a leading brand measurement company, and he says, brand lift is the increase in the achievement of the main marketing objectives of a brand advertising campaign. That's a succinct definition. But as consumers are becoming more selective about the brands they select, and more organizations strive for digital transformation, we marketers must begin using brand measurement not just as a way to see subtle differences in advertising, but to plot a better path for the business itself. We have to use brand measurement as a way to quantify and leverage input from real consumers in order to shift the very strategy, operations, and tactics of a company. If we can do this, then we can become the company that, or the brand that consumers will reward with the majority of the category's market share and all the revenue that comes with it. And that's how you can help fix marketing. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching Marketing is Broken, brought to you by Brandish Insights, the world's first brand analytics platform. We're like Google Analytics for brands. Catch this weekly show by subscribing to our YouTube channel or by visiting brandishinsights.com to learn more.